Rich Tarani here. Thanks for watching. We're at ITEXPO Anaheim 2015. It is October. Nice sunny day. On our program today is Paul Friedman with Numonix. And Paul, welcome to the show. How are you?
Thank you, Rich. I appreciate it. I'm doing well today.
Fantastic. So tell me about Numonix. What do you guys do?
Well, we're a recording company. We actually do interaction recording. And what that means is we look at all of the different modalities that can be recorded in a business, whether it be voice or screen or chat. And we have the ability to record that, store it, and allow the customer to use it as they see fit.
And you broke some news here this week, and we're really excited to share it with the audience.
Thank you very much.
What did you announce?
Well, we announced Recite 3.0, and Recite 3.0 basically allows us to do several things in the Skype for Business world. And so we're actually going to be able to record the Skype video, we'll be able to record the chat and IM, as well as the voice, which we've been doing for quite a while. We're certified by Microsoft. And so really what we have the capability now of doing is showing the exact interaction that is going on, be able to play it back, be able to allow people to use that information so that their businesses can actually be proactive rather than reactive. And so we're very excited about the different things that we've done with our Recite product. We have numerous reports. We have a new screen that provides different widgets and a dashboard. So a supervisor or even the president of an organization could see immediately exactly what's going on, either in a contact center environment or anywhere, because Skype for Business is really a game changer. Very different than what recording was years ago. You don't have to worry about who you're recording. Years ago, you could just record agents in a contact center, or you recorded for public safety. Now with Skype for Business, you can record anybody in the enterprise. It could be a mobile phone, it could be a tablet, it could be a laptop, it could be a desktop, it could be a phone instrument. So now any of those particular environments can be used, recorded, and saved for compliance, for liability, and be able to provide it in a pristine nature and played back very simply and very easily.
Fantastic. Now, the difference between interaction recording and call recording, you want to just go into that in case the viewers aren't aware?
Call recording really is usually just recording the voice. Interaction recording means that I'm going to take all of the different modalities and put them together. We actually even have the ability through the Skype interface to be actually play back calls. So say you're a supervisor, you have certain people that you want to play back calls from, that could actually be inside of your Skype for Business interface. Or you just have your own calls and you wanted to be able to manage or add a note to a call or flag that call for someone to be able to look at later or for yourself to remember something. So interaction recording really handles all of those different things, where plain old recording is really just the recording of voice.
So a lot of times companies will record conversations for regulatory reasons. Do interactions also come into play with regulations at all?
Yes, absolutely. Say for HIPAA compliance or Sarbanes-Oxley, or especially something known as PCI compliance, which stands for the payment card industry. We all know about the problems today with people having identity theft and things like that. We have the ability to mask those particular numbers so that they cannot be seen, they cannot be heard on the individual call itself, even if that call were to be emailed outside of the system. So the regulatory environment is extremely important, but regulations are different for every industry. So we have to be flexible enough to handle the HIPAA compliances, the PCI compliances, the FISA compliances overseas. So because we're a global organization, there are different regulations in different companies. One in particular is that certain calls in, say, Switzerland, they don't allow you to store your calls anywhere but in Switzerland. So if the call was made there or it comes to there, it has to be stored there. Other countries, like the United States, you want to store your calls in the Bermudas, they don't care. But those types of compliances have to be done. And if they're not done properly, there could be heavy fines.
And so basically, you're also getting into legal issues, right? If you're not allowed to store things outside, is that an issue your customers are better prepared to deal with because of your solutions?
Absolutely. They're cognizant of the fact that they have to do it, but many products don't actually have the capability to determine, well, this particular call, because it was recorded in Switzerland, needs to stay here. Another particular call recorded outside of that area, we can send it to our normal SAN or data farm someplace else. So yes, they are extremely concerned, and we also, unfortunately, are in a very litigious society. So there are a lot of legal suings and those kinds of things that can happen. This prevents that he said, she said, but from a regulatory environment, they're also looking at the chats. They're also looking at the video that's going on for any of these particular conversations.
At the end of the day, we're talking a lot about technology and compliance, and it's interesting that typically you're going to have a relatively low-skilled agent on a phone dealing with a customer or prospective customer. How does this technology facilitate or change the behavior or the interactions between the agents and the people on the other end of the phone or chat or web or whatever?
That's a great question. And how we do that, we actually have a module that's called quality monitoring, and that comes standard in our system. We actually allow for supervisors to listen to the call, to score it. We would allow an agent to listen to their own call. So you can't really manage what you don't listen to. You really need to hear the voice of the customer. You really need to be able to understand. And our system allows for coaching. So it's not to be punitive. That's not why you record. That's not why you monitor someone. You've got to have a benchmark that you're working towards. So this allows the particular agents who, as you say, may not have the best skill sets. We can now determine with the types of questions that are being asked and answered what skill sets need to be trained on, what they need to do, so they can be much more proactive rather than reactive.
So what you're saying is the call center performs better because...
Yeah, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a call center. And again, with Skype for Business, you're going to record different areas of a business that never got recorded before. So you may have an internal help desk that really doesn't qualify as a standard call center. But it's important because they're helping your internal people. If they're not doing it properly and your people say their PCs are down and they're down for a long period of time, they don't come back up quickly enough, well, you'd like to know why. And you want to make sure that those people are doing their job. But again, those areas were never monitored. They were never recorded before.
That makes a lot of sense. So, but not only those internal areas that you didn't monitor before, but I imagine that there are different markets, like I would think medical and some other spaces that would probably benefit, because when you mention HIPAA, I think of medical.
Yep.
So, like, what are some of the areas that you do focus on?
Oh, certainly medical is certainly one. Energy is also another. The government, especially schools, and other types of light security type areas, extremely important for those types of things as well. So there's a lot of different vertical markets. The auto industry in particular is one, not just the folks that are making the cars, the ones that are selling them. Today, you can be walking around and most interaction is done on your cell phone. Well, if it's done on your Skype for Business client on your cell phone, you can record that interaction no matter where you are, and be able to play it back, be able to understand what was said to that customer, and if the customer said, well, we cut this particular type of deal. No, we didn't. I have it right here, and I can use that, not against you, but I can make sure that we're properly having a conversation about what we actually agreed upon.
And to share within your organization as well.
Exactly.
A lot of times someone will make a deal, and then someone else has to actually be in charge of the implementation of the deal, and they don't necessarily get a perfect translation of, the game of telephone when it comes to negotiation of what was agreed to and what wasn't agreed to. And, a minor mistake could really cost a company.
Right. Well, it's as simple as somebody missed a sales meeting, and they would like to know exactly what went on in that sales meeting.
Sure.
You record that sales meeting. Now they can see the video. They can see all of the PowerPoint. They can see the interactions that were going on and hear everything that went on. And they could do it from their cell phone, or they could do it as they're driving home.
So you gave us a lot of great information. Just real briefly, if you're allowed, is there anything you can tell us about things you're working on or things we can expect from Numonix going forward? And if you can't, that's fine too.
No, sure. We are going to continue to develop. We are truly a development engineering firm who, of course, has to do sales. But we're really all about engineering and customer service and customer support. We want to make sure, and we sell through partners, we sell through distributors. We want to make sure that our partners and distributors have the best knowledge so that they can install and maintain the systems as magnificently as possible. So we have more tools that we're coming out with. We have some already that monitor the health of the systems live. So we have that already, but we're going to be adding additional features and functionality to that. We're going to be adding additional features and functionality as Skype for Business changes.
Great.
We will change along with it, and we hope to be ahead of the game rather than behind it.
Fantastic. Thanks for being here. This was great.
Thank you, Rich. Appreciate it.